What is going on, my super sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I want to talk about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and give you some more feedback for the game or what I'm hoping to see whenever it gets announced in the future. Now, today's focus is going to be mostly about cosmetic stuff because, well, the next game obviously has to look nice, and with Dragon Ball games, they've always just done this amazing thing where everything that's done in the game looks great. For example, battle damage, environmental destruction, which we didn't have in the previous game, but hoping that we get in the next game, and stuff like that. And today's feedback is going to be more about the specific details of how I'm hoping these cosmetic things would actually work. So first thing is battle damage. Now obviously they had battle damage in the last game, but it was kind of based on health. So as your health got lower, your character was bleeding, their clothes kind of got messed up and dirty and stuff like that, and that was great. But it could be better. Obviously, it could be a lot better. And what I'm hoping to see with the battle damage system is more specific stuff that's based on really just attacks. For example, I don't want you to lose or for you to get battle damage just because your health drops. So for example, if I'm sitting here and just punching you over and over again until you die, you shouldn't be battle damaged. I mean, you should have battle damage where I hit you, but it shouldn't be battle damage in terms of like, you're bleeding all over just because I was punching you in literally the same spot. So what I'm hoping to see is the next game is kind of going off the whole Naruto Storm 4 spiel that they're doing is if you do certain attacks, you can do armor break where you watch the character's clothes get shredded by certain attacks. So in this case, let's say I'm wearing my battle armor, the Saiyan Soldier battle armor that we saw like with every Saiyan in existence. If I blast you with a Kamehameha, like a really powerful, like maybe a super Kamehameha, like a special ultimate attack, it destroys it. Like I want it to be completely destroyed or cracked or just like, see the actual damage from that one attack. Now if I punch you over and over again, the armor doesn't break. So it's supposed to be more of a thing where if a certain attack is powerful enough and large enough that hits you, that it causes battle damage. And it could be even expanded into the different races. So for example, with how awesome would this be? Check this out. So if you're a Namekian character, if I blast you so hard that let's say you block it or something, right? What if it destroys your arm completely? Like completely rips your arm off and your character just regenerates it. Now, granted, the problem with that is most likely you won't ever see that just because if they do that, then that's kind of technically gory, and because of that, it would increase the rating of the game, which would be kind of bad for the parents who don't want their kids to play M-rated games, because in that case, it'll probably be an M-rated game. However, how awesome would that be? Like, let's say I'm Piccolo, and I block an attack, and my arm gets destroyed by it because I blocked it, and then he just quickly regenerates it, just as a little bonus thing. How amazingly incredible would that be? Now, my first thought of this whole system was with Super Buu, because Super Buu had the ability to explode in Xenoverse 1, and when he does that, he kind of like regenerates back together. I'm hoping to see more of that on that scale. Like say even the Buu character, like if you get shot with a certain move or something, you have like a hole in your stomach, or your arm gets blown up and you regenerate it. Now granted, since Buu is more gooey than fleshy, that probably wouldn't cause a M-rated game type of thing, but I feel like with Namekians, if they could pull it off, that'd be awesome as well. Like I just want to see actual battle damage that we saw in the show, because like if you guys remember with the show and in the manga, like it was gory. It was very gory. Like seeing for example Frieza rip off Nail's arm, or even when freaking Vegeta chopped off Guldo's head. The show and the entire series was gory, but obviously you can't do that because they're trying to market to the younger audience, and to do that they gotta make sure that the rating is not M, otherwise have problems with parents. That they have to kind of cut back on stuff, but still, like if they could just kind of let loose and do stuff like that, that'd be amazing as well. Now, final thing I'll talk about is battle damage. Now, with battle damage, we had limitations in the past just because the PS3 and Xbox 360 kind of held the game back in Xenoverse 1. But I'm hoping that with the Xenoverse 2 game, which I'm still really convinced is going to be next gen only, or I guess current gen only, I feel like if it is, they really have room to bring back the epic battle damage that we saw in the PS2 days with the Tenkaichi and Budokai games. Like that would be so freaking awesome. And even if they can't show the planetary scale explosions and stuff, I would still love to see stuff actually get destroyed. For example, if I shoot a mountain, I want to see the mountain explode. Even if it's pre-rendered content where it's like it's built on the stage for it to be destroyed, I want to see more of that come back. Now, the dynamic system that they had in Xenoverse 1, where if you blast it, it creates a crater and stuff and then disappears, I'm okay with that being removed and just giving us the old system, just because it didn't work that well. And on top of that, every time you blasted the ground and it kind of like disappeared, it just looked kind of lame. So I'll be okay with them going back to the old system where stuff was pre-rendered, and if you blast certain parts of the map, it destroys it. Like that looks a whole lot better. And if possible, I would love to see planetary level, damage. Like I think in 1v1 battles it could work really well. If I throw a spirit bomb and it explodes, they could show off the planet getting destroyed in the background. But in 2v2s and 3v3s, since it's kind of difficult to pull it off in that, actually it could still kind of work in that way, in a way as well, because you only need it once per map, so you won't ever see characters kind of spamming these planetary explosions. So technically it could work. Theoretically, of course. But then again, I'm not the developer, so I don't know the limitations there, and I don't know what they're actually dealing with. But I would love to see that come back, and I'm sure a lot of you guys as well. Now, before I end this, the last thing I'll talk about is I want to see characters kind of bleed over time as well, but this is kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, where the more damage you take, the more damaged you look. And obviously, if the attack is only, melee based, then obviously you won't be as destroyed. But let's say you get blasted by an epic super Kamehameha, you should be bleeding. You should be completely destroyed, and you should really show off what it's like to get blasted with this attack. Like, that needs to come back in Xenoverse 2, and I'm sure everybody here will agree with me. Now, if there's anything else I missed in terms of cosmetic stuff, let me know in the comment section below, and let's see what the community thinks about it. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like rating below as well, and we'll take it from there. As always, you guys enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I will see all you guys in Super Sandwich in the comment section below. Peace!